God, you're foda, né?
What's going on YouTube? Your TikTok barber. Today in this video, I will be demonstrating to you guys how I do a medium drop fade. So stick around for the final results. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button because your TikTok barber will be dropping content every day. So let's just get into this haircut. Alright guys, after I'm done combing the hair, only thing I do is just slap my number 1 guard on my wall magic clip, and I start, cut the hair to the way that, she brushes it, because I didn't want to go against the grain, because I want to leave enough hair so I can see that fade take transition. And on another note, when you cutting the hair like this, make sure you cut up to the parietal ridge, because you don't want to leave them little hairs hanging like that, because it will give itself a cleaner fade. After I'm done cutting the hair down to its desired length, I take the brush. I put in a brush session because I want the hair to lay back down so I can know where to go over to make that fade even pop out more. So always remember to put in a brush session, no matter how long it takes to cut the hair. But if you want to make that fade look good, you got to, just put some brush into it. You know what I'm saying? And on another note, when I'm cutting the hair, I always brush one side, go all the way around, and then come back and reverse it so I can know everything is laid down perfectly. I usually put my first initial guide in with my trimmers, but I feel like I shouldn't do that because it'll dull the blades out. But I do have several pair of trimmers, but other than that, I just wanted to put the first initial guideline in with my wall magic clip so the fade can, show up better, have a better transition, because my blades on my wall magic clip is not actually zero gap. I have them open just a little bit so I can be able to feather that first initial guideline out. But what you want to do, you want to make everything even, because you want your fade to flow on both sides. So just take your time, take the little hairs off that need to be taken off, and you will see your fade take effect. Now I come back with the same clippers, no guard level open, going up a ½ inch. Well, not actually a ½ inch, I'm going up an inch to, have enough room to work that fade in. But you want to make sure everything is neat all the way around the head. It's like when I start at the point where the eyebrow start at, make sure you get that hair off, because you want everything to flow even all the way around on both sides. And it'll be better to get that first initial guideline out, since I put my first initial guideline in with the wall magic clip. But if you stuck around long enough, please hit that subscribe button and turn on post notification. But with further ado, let's get into the video and see the outcome of this haircut. Alright guys, remember when I just said I came up with the blade open with the second initial guideline, I went up an inch and I went all the way around the head. Now what I'm doing, I'm reversing the guideline so I can know I got all the hairs knocked down. So remember to always go over your work to make sure your fade fall in place the way you want it, because you want that client to come back. You want people to ask that client who cut their hair. So yeah, that's the only way you can get a good haircut. You start off neat, you end neat. Yes, sir. Then I come in with the Austin 76s. These are my best friends right here. But anyway, I come in with the Austin 76s with the 1.5 blade. I'm going up to the parietal ridge to make sure I knock out all the hair, because you already see that transition taking place. But with that being said, man, just take your time with the haircut, because you know what I'm saying, like they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. So this haircut is gonna be built in a day. So let's just get into it, because you know what I'm saying, this is gonna be a fire haircut anyway. I just love my Oster 76s. Let's get it. Even though you guys can't see what I'm doing, I slapped my 1/8 blade on my Oster 76s. Now I'm going with the grain where I started off with the 1.5, because I want to start to frank that line out. I'm not actually knocking the line out. I'm just actually like just softening up the guideline so I can come back with my 1.5 or my 1/8 against the grain, because you know what I'm saying, I'm just trying to feather that initial guideline out, because you know what I'm saying, I see it, you know what I'm saying, have a lot of weight on it. So at the end of this haircut process, man, you're gonna be like, oh man, I stuck around long enough, because this man right here, he put smoke into the air. So let's get it for the year 2023, bro. Now I have my 1A on. The only thing I'm doing now is just going against that 1.5. When I told you I wanted to just, you know, soften up everything, I'm just actually going against the 1.5. No, I'm not taking that line out. I'm just softening it up so I can follow along with my next blade or my next guard. But you know what I'm saying, that you can already see that fade to take. The fade is already starting to take transition. So yeah, this is the haircut process. I'm hoping you guys enjoying it, you know what I'm saying. If you stuck around long enough, please hit that subscribe button. But with further ado, let's just finish checking this haircut out. You guys already knew I had to pull them Oster fast feeds out. But I just want to say this, man. I love the Oster fast feed. But with that being said, I put the 0 guard on the Oster fast feed. I only use the corners. It may look like I'm using the whole guard, but I'm not. I don't want to feel like I'm fooling you guys. But I use the corner of my 0 guards to start to knock that line out. I'm also softening that line up too, because I'm gonna come in with a bigger guard, because you know I feel like I kind of push the guideline up just a little bit, but I'm adjusting as needed. But you know what I'm saying, that's the point of detail. Don't just cut hair and say, hey, I'm done. No, it's always detail. It's like you want to go to a car lot, you want to get your car washed in detail. And you don't just want to just get it washed. You want the insides clean and everything. So make sure you just have everything appropriate the way you want it. But with that being said, man, always remember to do details with all your haircuts. I really went back old school with this, man. I slapped my 3-op on there, and I started to take that first initial guideline out that I put in with my Wild Magic clip. But you know what I'm saying, it really don't matter what you take the line out with. Remember to always do the detail within the line that you're taking out, because you know what I'm saying, you could think that you took the line out, but the line is actually visible to the eye, especially from a distance, or depending on how you're just looking at your client. You can see that little faint line right there, but in a minute it will be gone, because the Oster 76's blades is actually softening that bottom line up. Then I'm gonna come back up and I'm gonna adjust as needed just to feather that line out. Now, I feel that different type of clippers is for different parts of the hair. With that being said, man, if I can't get the line out with one clipper, I'm gonna use the other clipper, because I'm pretty sure the other clippers can get closer to the hairs as of, you know what I'm saying, detail work. But you know what I'm saying, you already see that fade I'm putting into my girl, you know what I'm saying. Big shout out to Destiny, man, for dropping through. But with that being said, man, Look how that fade taking transition. I'm telling you guys, man, if you stuck around long enough, you're gonna learn something. And after this tutorial was over with, I just went back behind the camera, behind scenes, and you know what I'm saying, just do a little cleanup work. Because at the end of this haircut, I don't want you guys to be like, oh, he left this, he left that. No, the camera is my best friend. So whatever I see on the camera as a mistake, I just go back and fix it. Now I slap my one guard on my Oster fast feed, slightly open, adjusting as needed to knock out that little buck, because you know what I'm saying, look at it, you guys can see it on the camera, it's a little buck right there that I need to knock out. But like I said, always adjust as needed, do detail work. And I'm not gonna say do detail work as needed, you just do detail work, period. You know what I'm saying, the only thing that's have to be as needed is the blade itself. But you know what I'm saying, with that being said, man, just look at that fade and come on now, man. You can't tell me that fade ain't in the game, bro. But come on now, I'm speechless. Now it's time for me to prep up for this edge up, because you know what I'm saying, her hair is overhanging over, you know what I'm saying, a little bit over her forehead. So I just want to make sure I detail that area first. I always remember to take your time with one side at a time, because you know hairs do stick up, especially when clients have dreads or twists in their hair. But make sure you just take your time and you know what I'm saying, knock everything down evenly so you can prep up for the edge up. Then I grab a towel with a little bit of alcohol on it to, you know what I'm saying, make sure the skin is clean and dry, because you know what I'm saying, I want my edge up to be crispy. So yeah, I'm just prepping the skin. Well, actually I'm prepping the hair up, and you know what I'm saying, just make sure the edge will just pop out. Then I'm gonna come back with my Tresemme volume hold spray to, you know what I'm saying, lock everything in place. Hit it with that brush one more time to make sure everything is laying down. Therefore, after that, man, I'm gonna grab them trimmers and I'm gonna go for the edge up. Now I grab my Anna GTX EXO. Then what I really do, I start in the middle and work my way to my left, which is her right. But I used to start in the middle and work the opposite direction. But either way it go, the edge up got to be on point, man. You just can't be having one side higher than the other side. Because when they look in the mirror, they see something totally different from what you're doing. But you know what I'm saying, stand directly in front of the client and make sure the edge up is even on both sides before you proceed to the next step. All right, you guys, I'm glad you stuck around long enough, because this is how my client came in, and this is exactly how she's leaving out. All right, guys, I really enjoyed you sticking around watching this tutorial. But you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, we have to make our clients look good, because you know what I'm saying, they have to present themselves the way they look. Because you know what I'm saying, without being a barber or without having a barber in your life, man, your life will be tragic. But I brought my client back to life, and big shout out, like I said, to Destiny for pulling up. And you know what I'm saying, there are many more haircut tutorials coming soon, and I'm glad you guys stuck around. But with further ado, it's your TikTok barber. And I'm out of here. May God bless each and every one of you guys. Peace.